Hi, everyone. Welcome to the CBSN Minnesota Morning Update. Had to look and see what we're calling this thing. It's the Morning Update is what we're calling it. I'm Jason DeRusha. It's good to have you with us today. You guys ready for the snow? You buckled up? You ready? Oh, look at that beautiful graphic. Snow at noon, snow at 4, snow at 8. It's great. November in Minnesota. It's beautiful. So if we get, I think 5 inches is the record for this date. What is today? The 10th? Tuesday? So 5 inches the record. So we may if we get 6, we got a record. It's the time of year where you have to have the lawnmower and the snowblower both in position. You can't quite make the switch yet. Other big news, so we'll be watching this, of course, CBSN Minnesota all day on our streaming service. We'll have weather updates, the latest, all you need to know, so it'll be great. This is also happening, breaking today, later this afternoon. The governor, Tim Walz, is going to announce Minnesota's next steps in the fight against COVID-19. Esme Murphy is reporting that the new restrictions are going to include a curfew on bars and restaurants. So they're trying to target a specific age group, really 18 to 24-year-olds. The state, and we'll expect them to prove it and put forth some data today, but the state is saying it looks like we have transmission happening among asymptomatic young people. So they're going to close bars and restaurants by 10 p.m. And the idea is that most people, when you're going out, it's early. You can keep the restaurants open, you can keep the bars open, but what happens after 10 p.m. are college kids, young 20-somethings at clubs and stuff. So watch for that today. We're also going to see restrictions on weddings and other group gatherings. So some people saying they're frustrated about these restrictions. So we want to know, what do you think? What do you think about it, okay? What do you think about the curfew? What do you think about restrictions on weddings, funerals, gatherings like that? Do we need them? Is it interesting that these were announced after the election instead of before the election? Share your thoughts on Facebook, on the WCCO TV Facebook page. Eric is with us. He'll read your reactions in just a moment. 1 week after the election, President Trump still refusing to concede the race to Joe Biden. His legal team continues to challenge the outcome in several states. Attorney General William Barr, this is controversial. He authorized federal prosecutors to investigate allegations of voter fraud, and one of the top election integrity officials working in the Department of Justice resigned. Thought it was inappropriate that the federal prosecutors were intervening. So far, nothing really has been brought before a court. No evidence so far. Later today, President-elect Joe Biden will deliver a speech on the Affordable Care Act. It's a big day for the ACA as it's going before the Supreme Court, a case that could overturn it. Today, the justices will hear arguments in the latest legal challenge to the national health insurance law. If the ACA is thrown out, some 20 million Americans could lose their health care coverage. Of course, President Trump has said the idea would be to replace the ACA and not have all these people thrown out without health insurance. But a decision, obviously, now will be in the hand of a Biden administration, assuming he becomes the president, and then a decision on this thing isn't expected for several months either. We reported on the promising COVID-19 vaccine news yesterday. Very exciting from Pfizer, saying the early data suggests their vaccine is 90% effective in preventing COVID-19. This morning, another sign of advancement. The Food and Drug Administration approving Eli Lilly's coronavirus treatment for emergency use. This is kind of an antibody treatment. Research found that it appears to treat mild and moderate infections. It's a one-time treatment given through an IV. Tests are continuing, but it's similar to a treatment President Donald Trump received after contracting the virus last month. Promising news for any expecting parents this morning. A new study from the UK finds severe COVID-19 infection very rare in newborns. Researchers looked at newborns in the hospital who had a positive coronavirus test within the month of their birthday, and they found only 66 newborns out of 10,000 births contracted COVID-19. So that's less than 1% of all births in that period. Now, about half of those babies were from minority groups, which doctors say requires urgent investigation. City of Minneapolis may be hiring outside cops to help combat violent crime in the city. We reported that Minneapolis lost a large number of officers following unrest earlier this year. Some went on medical leave. Some took early retirement. Some is just normal attrition that you would have any year. Some residents of the city actually filed a lawsuit and said, look, there aren't enough officers protecting us. So this is a $500,000 proposal that would pay for some supplemental patrols from Hennepin County Sheriff's Office, Metro Transit Police. They will be used through the end of the year. If an oversight committee passes it today, it goes to the full city council on Friday. Expect it to be controversial at the city council for sure. Apple holding another event today where it's announcing big change to its Mac computers. Do you get geeked out by microprocessors and computer chips? Who loves semiconductors? Let's get into it. Yeah, see you later, Intel. Intel inside, boop, 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 boop. Not anymore, says Apple. They made their own chip, and they're going to try to convince you that the Apple chip is the best thing since the invention of the Apple. Intel's been in there for the last 14 years. Apple's saying their own chip, which they manufacture, they control, they price, could mean better battery life, thinner designs, possibly lower price tag. I'm sure they'll also say it means more profit for Apple. But look forward to new computers because I am a sucker for a shiny new object. And so I will start wanting it, I'm sure, immediately. How about this for a shiny new object? At Mall of America, you will get the chance to see the Sistine Chapel. Kind of. I mean, when I think of true art, Michelangelo, I think of the breathtaking vistas of Mall of America in Bloomington. This looks kind of neat, though. These are like reproductions, so they just took out the old scanner at the Sistine Chapel in Rome and scanned a couple in, printed them out on some, I don't know, some frescoes. 34 life-size reproductions. You got the creation of Adam, you got the Last Judgment, all the hits. They're playing the hits for you. It opens Friday at MOA's North Atrium. They'll have the strict COVID rules, of course. 85 visitors at one time. Runs through January 31st. Got to buy a ticket. I meant to look this up. Chris, do you know how much this costs? Our producer, Chris? I don't know either. If somebody knows, let us know. Sounds fun. This is free. Holodazzle. No Holodazzle this year. They're doing a virtual event, so you can watch some show online. I don't know. Like, they're doing their best, guys. Like, is this really that great? Like, hey, we got the Holodazzle show. Gather the family around the computer. We're going to stream a half-hour episode. I don't know. They're what can you do? You can't have Holodazzle because of COVID. So Santa's going to come on this show. They're going to highlight some small businesses, maybe some businesses that normally would be down there at the Holodazzle, some local food as well. So they'll stream the episodes. They got 4 weeks leading up to Christmas, so you can watch the Holodazzle show. Remember the parade? How about do the parade? Stream that. That'd be fun. Holodazzle show. Now live from Lorien Park. I don't know. Maybe it'll be great. I shouldn't say anything bad about it because maybe I'll have to host it. And then it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. I better watch it because I'm going to get an email that says, hey, got a job for you to Russia.
I think you cash that in.
Right? They'll play this clip. Maybe this is a way that I don't have to host it. Just keep saying this sort of nonsense. The tickets, by the way, for the Sistine Chapel, $12? Is that what you said, Chris? $19? Oh, 14 for seniors. All right, that's nice. Looking for something to do. That's about the... it's probably cheaper
More
than...
for seniors?
Yeah, no, it's 14 for seniors, 19 for the youngsters. All right, let's get back to today's talker, where we invited rational, calm, and thoughtful conversation from you on Facebook about COVID-19 restrictions. Eric, I presume the people did not let us down.
Unmitigated introspection here.
Wonderful.
Linda said, stop the restrictions. They aren't working. Get our kids back in school.
This has nothing to do with kids in school.
No, right. Wendy says it'll just mean people will find other ways to gather.
Well, that's the problem, right? Like, we know that, and I'll be curious from the state to try to make the case that this stuff is happening at restaurants and bars and clubs and that sort of thing, but...
Amanda says, I think it's not enough. We need to do more if we want to stop this spread.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard. I don't know. And I think some of the question still goes to what is the goal? At the beginning, they said the goal was to have these restrictions in order to keep hospital capacity under control. You know, we've learned to treat this a little better. I don't know.
Brittany says it's obviously necessary. Look at our cases. Some of us cannot control ourselves, and we need rules to help.
Yeah, I get that too. I mean, here's the good news. Putting a 10 p.m. curfew on restaurants, if you live in St. Paul,
they're not even open that
you
late.
didn't even know that was even an option to be out after 10. So that's nice.
Nice cheap shot at St. Paul's expense.
I mean, I took the shot at Holodazzle, so I had to balance it out. That's what this program is. That's what the CBSN Minnesota Morning Update is all about. I'm going to take my shots everywhere and send my love to you. Thank you for watching. I love you guys.
We feel the love.
You guys got it under control. We'll be back tomorrow with another edition of the CBSN Minnesota